Flyweight bout here. Rickson Zenidim coming in at plus 215 against Andre Lima, sitting at minus 270. Another somewhat of a wider line here. Both guys young as well, 24 years of age for both fellas here. Both Brazilian. So we're getting some Brazilian on Brazilian action. 6-0 for Lima, 14-1 for Rickson Zenidim. Both guys similar frames as well. So pretty good matchup here. I think this should be a fun fight. I mean, flyweights are usually super explosive. They're going to have good exchanges. And based off their fights, they're all action. I mean, Zenidim looks like he's got a bunch of submissions on his record. It's tough to find tape on him. I'm not going to lie, because he's fighting in not like the biggest promotions. I was able to see his last two fights in FFC, and those were ones where he got a knockout his last time out. And then the fight before that was his only loss to Rodrigo Vera, who was 14-1-1 at the time. So he's not fighting like the bottom of the barrel. You look at the guys he's fighting recently; they're not too bad. The one thing that sticks out is the submissions. And then I try to find tape on the submissions, and I just can't find it. So I'm like, I don't know if he's just submitting super low level dudes, but a lot of it comes, first round. I mean, that's obviously something you got to take into account. Guy's got 10 submission wins. And then you're going up against a guy in Andre Lima, who's got 5 wins by KO. He's got some Muay Thai fights, some kickboxing fights on his record on Tapology. So, I mean, he's probably a very polished striker. You watch him fight, looks that way. But then, I mean, the big question mark here is the ground game for Rickson, because I don't know if it's that dominant or if it's a fluke. So, what are you thinking on this one?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, if you just looked at his tape of his last few fights, like you said, there's not a lot out there to find. You would think he's like a Muay Thai fighter, because that's kind of his style on the feet. His kicks look pretty good. I mean, they look pretty vicious at times, especially in his last fight. He'll fight like a slower pace on the feet and just kind of explode with kicks to the body or kicks to the head. But you look at his record and you're like, well, shit, he had a knockout his last fight. He's only got 2 in his pro career out of 15 fights. And he's got 10 submissions. Like, where are the submissions at? You wish you could go find the tape and just see, if he's just knocking dudes down and just, rear naked chokes or stuff like this. But you look at the record, I mean, it looks like he's doing it, via arm bar, rear naked choke, kind of a variety. So it tells you he's probably got some skills there, but against who? Like, it could be good fighters at the regional scene, but, maybe it's good strikers and the guys that don't have much ground game. It's just so hard to tell without seeing film. Lima, on the other hand, I like what I saw out of Lima. On the feet, he has really good leg kicks. He attacks the calves, switches stances really well, and he likes to blitz forward and throw some big shots. And it's hard for guys to deal with at that level, especially the stance switch. You don't know where the punches are coming from, especially when he's attacking the leg, from southpaw and then orthodox. It can be tough at this level. He likes to fight with constant pressure. And, when you look at the submission record of Rickson and you see he's got 10 of them, it makes you wonder how he gets fights to the ground, because he doesn't really look like a big wrestler by any means. And Lima, on the other hand, there's some tape on him where guys have him up against the fence, double underhooks, and he's so strong that he'll just hip toss you and throw you. And he looks like he's got some judo in his back pocket or something. And that's kind of good to see too, if you're on the Lima side here. And yeah, I think Lima's able to keep this thing on the feet. And if he does, I think he picks him apart just from what you can see, really breaking down both guys' film. So Lima over minus 250 right now. Hate to see that. He's going to be my pick, but I don't really like the dog in this situation either, especially with so little out there on him.
Yeah, I'm just super sketched about these subs, because is he getting them down with ease? Like, is he taking him down with ease and he's able to find the submission right away? Because the film that you can find, he's not really even looking to mix in a takedown or anything. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe he's just trying to polish that stand-up game before he gets into a fight like this too. Maybe that's the reason he's done that. But the loss against Rodrigo Vera, he was on his back a lot too. So that's kind of a red flag as far as, getting up to the higher level of competition. The jiu-jitsu may not work as well, because that fight, he was on his back a lot. And then last time out gets the TKO in the second round, but in the first round, he was on his back a lot too. So I think if it's a stand-up battle, I think Lima probably wins because it looks like he's a really polished kickboxer and Muay Thai specialist, and I would expect him to have a little bit more, violence on the feet. If it goes to the ground, if he goes to the ground and you're holding a minus 250 ticket on Lima, you're probably like, okay, I really hope this guy's jiu-jitsu is not that good, because we saw it last week. Jiu-jitsu can win you a fight. Like, I forget who was in it. It was like the Chilean dude and the Brazilian dude.
Oh, Hugo Silva.
Yeah, Chilean dude tries to take him down for no reason. I mean, it was like he's the obvious striker, and he tries to take him down and finds himself in a knee bar. So if Lima doesn't do that, then I like it a little bit better, because I don't know if Rickson's got some great wrestling that could get it there. And Lima has showed some pretty decent takedown defense, like you said. So Lima's going to be the pick for me. We'll see where this line ends up. If it keeps rising in Lima's favor, maybe it's worth to take a dog shot on Rickson Zenidim, just based on the fact he's got those subs. Maybe you can find something. But yeah, Lima will be the pick for me. But just a little sketch as far as, what these guys really hold as far as in their arsenal.
Here's what makes me think that, Rickson might not be the best jiu-jitsu practitioner, because he has a split decision win over Victor Madala. And if you look at Madala's record, he lost a split decision to Rickson, and then he lost all of this in a row: a guillotine choke, arm triangle, rear naked choke, and doctor stoppage. A dude that's getting submitted left and right, and then Rickson, can't get it done and goes split decision. Yeah. And the guy's 6-7. So it's like, why is he not getting that win? And everybody else in the last 6 fights is submitting this dude besides Rickson. So it's weird.
Yeah, that's a good catch there. Yeah, Lima will be the pick for me.